Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. My name is Asad Yaqub and I am from Lahore, Pakistan, and I teach IELTS here in Lahore, and I also teach IELTS online all over the world. So if you want to join my online IELTS classes, you can contact me for that. Alright guys, we are trying to crack, actually we are cracking IELTS reading together, and from one side you are holding IELTS, from one side I am holding IELTS, and we are cracking IELTS reading. Okay, so we go on. In this video I'm going to tell you about another type of questions that is called classification. In classification, they classify things like A, B, C, and then there are statements, and you got to see which category does a certain statement belong to. So this is what we are going to do. I'll give you my tips on that. I'll tell you how to read the question, how to scan the passage for that. Then after that, after finding the information, how to read it carefully and how to solve the whole test. So this is what we are going to do. Now let's go to the book. On the book only you will be able to see my hands and we will solve the test together. Let's do it. Feeling good? Alright, fantastic. Feelings are the most important part of IELTS preparation. I repeat, feelings, positive feelings, not just feelings. Positive feelings are the most important part of IELTS preparation. See, now I'm making videos. I'm so positive, so energetic, so motivated that I'm making videos for you. So as you are watching my videos, you have to be positive, you have to be motivated, and you have to be energetic that yes, I'm watching the videos and I got to crack IELTS. And after watching one of my videos, one of my students actually called me and he said, "Sir, I will chew IELTS raw." I still remember his sentence. He said, "Sir, I will chew IELTS raw." Okay, so this should be the feeling, that I will chew IELTS raw. Okay, and this is only possible if you have the sharp teeth of my tips. So I'm going to give you my tips. I'm going to sharpen your teeth with the help of my tips, and then you are going to chew IELTS reading raw. Let's start. Okay, now let's take a look at the questions. As I told you before, it's the classification. Classify the following statements as characterizing. A. Something known by scientists to be true. Now something known and it is true. Scientists know and that thing is true, so it's a fact basically. Here they are going to check your ability, whether you can differentiate between fact, opinion and all that. Second is something believed by scientists to be true. Known by scientists is a fact. Believed by scientists is an opinion. This is the opinion of scientists. Believed by scientists to be true. And C is something known by scientists to be false. Now what we are going to do, we are actually going to find these answers, right? The questions are down there and we got to see whether it is A, B or C. Write the correct letter A, B or C. 21. Sharing a room with a flu sufferer. If you remember, we read about this somewhere, that sharing a room with a flu sufferer present a very high risk to your health. If you share a room with a flu sufferer, it presents a very high risk to your health. Now we got to find this statement. After that we've got to see whether the statement is known by scientists to be true, or it is believed by scientists to be true, or it is known by scientists to be false. So then we will write accordingly A, B or C. Now let's see, sharing a room with a flu sufferer presents a very high risk to your health. Is it known by scientists, or is it believed by scientists, or is it known by scientists to be false? Whether it is true, false and all that. Okay, so this is also quite confusing and difficult type. Let's go on. Here we are. Room, I told you we read it somewhere. Now we are already familiar with the passage, so it's not that difficult. However, it should be made clear that the risk is not great from simply being in the same room as an infected person, since the flu virus, unlike other respiratory viruses, does not dissolve in the air. Now they are talking about it. and what are they saying about it? The flu, more properly known as influenza, takes place and all that. So early transmitted for person. Influenza, usually contamination occurs through the direct contact with the secretion from an infected person. Its spread is also possible from contaminated airborne, such as those that occur when someone coughs and all that. However, it should be made clear. When they say it should be made clear, it means this is something they know about it very, very clearly. It should be made clear that the risk is not great, or the risk is not great from simply being in the same room. However, it should be made clear. Now let's see here. Sharing a room with a flu sufferer presents a very high risk to your health. Something known by scientists. Yes, scientists know about it, but actually it is false. Scientists know about it, but actually the statement given, it is false statement. I come back here. It should be made clear that the risk is not great. Risk is not great from simply being in the same room as an infected person. So sharing a room with a flu sufferer person presents a very high risk to your health. Yes, scientists know about it, but actually it is false. So it's going to be C. Clear? This is the difficult type of questions, and in IELTS reading nowadays it's quite difficult. It's just like that. 22. 1/5 of the people. Now 1/5, 1 by 5. 1/5 of the people, it can be 20% also. 1/5 of the people in the world caught the flu in 1918. Now we got to see whether it is known by scientists to be true, believed by scientists to be true, or known by scientists to be false. Now 1918, we read about that. 1/5 of the people in the world caught the flu in 1918. Let's just go on. 1918, yeah. Now if you scan from here, you will find 1918 over here. Okay, now I told you where you find the word, you need to come back and start reading from the sentence. The actual number of deaths is disputed, but the outbreak in 1918 killed between 20 and 50 million people. It is estimated that 1/5 of the population of the world may have been infected. It is estimated that 1/5, now 1/5 is there. 1/5 of the population of the world, 1/5 of the population of the world may have been infected, means they were not infected, but they may have been infected by this. Now let's come back. 1/5 of the people in the world caught the flu in 1918. They did not catch the flu. A word caught the flu in 1918. 1/5 of the people in the world caught the flu in 1918. Something believed by scientists to be true. Now it was not known, it is not a fact. It's basically they believed that 1/5 of the people could catch. Now let's come back and see. The actual number of deaths is disputed, but the outbreak in 1980 killed between 20 and 50 million people. It is also estimated that 1/5 of the population of the world may have been affected. Okay, may have been affected. Now it is also estimated, means this is their estimation. Now come back and see. 1/5 of the people in the world caught the flu in 1918. What is it? It's basically something believed by scientists. It's not a fact. They believe it by scientists to be true. So it's an opinion, is their opinion. That's why B is going to be the right answer. This test is quite mind-boggling. Okay. 23. Influenza A viruses do not change their genetic makeup. Now you know where we read about the genetic makeup of this virus and all that. Influenza A, it's the type of influenza. Influenza A viruses do not change their genetic makeup frequently. Now the clue word is frequently. So let's go back and see where we find about influenza A and all that. Yes, it's here. We read it already. Influenza A. Okay, so we got to see whether they change or not. Influenza A, however, has the power to change its genetic makeup. Now, okay, it has the power to change its genetic makeup, although these genetic changes are rare. They change their genetic makeup, but these changes are rare. They create entirely new strains of flu against which we have no protection. So, although these genetic changes are rare, now what is that? Influenza A, however, has the power to change its genetic makeup, although these genetic changes are rare. Let's come back. Influenza A viruses do not change their genetic makeup. Here they say do not change their genetic makeup frequently. It's very, very clear, something known by scientists to be false. Why? Because not is here. If it could be influenza A virus changes, influenza A viruses change their genetic makeup frequently, then it could be something known by scientists to be true. Now scientists know about it, and actually this statement is false. The statement given over here is false. That's why C is going to be the right answer. Something known by scientists to be false, it's that. Okay. 24, the H5N1. Now we read about it. So you know, when you're doing the last types of questions, you are already familiar with the passage. The H5N1 strain evolved in or before 2005. Now we got to see if H5N1 strain evolved in or before 2005, then if the scientists know it can be true, if they know it can be false, or if they believed whether it is true or true only. We've got only one option. Now let's find H5N1. Yes, here we are in the beginning. In 2005, they mentioned in 2005 another genetic shift in an influenza A virus was recorded, giving rise to H5N1 strain, otherwise known as avian flu or bird flu. Yes, I remember there was a lot of debate about that. Now the answer is in this very sentence. In 2005, another genetic shift in an influenza A virus was recorded, giving rise to the H5N1 strain, otherwise known as avian flu or bird flu. Now let's see. The statement is the H5N1 strain evolved in or before 2005. Something known by scientists to be true. In or before. Now for that they say in 2005. Right? In 2005 another genetic shift in influenza A virus was recorded, giving rise to the H5N1 strain, otherwise known as this, and typical of such new strain we have no way to fighting and all that. So perhaps more worrying is that it is strain previously found in the birds, which changed its genetic makeup in a way that allowed it to be transmitted to humans and all that stuff, right? So it was already there in birds. So in 2005 another genetic shift of influenza, and there they mention this clearly, the H5N1 strain evolved in or before. In or before means actually in. So this is true, right? So this is something known by scientists, and it is true. Okay. See that? I told you we are gonna chew it, and we chewed it. Okay, lovely, fantastic. So we solved all the 4 questions, and if there is any question type classification, this is how you guys need to do it. If you like this video, hit on the like button. Don't forget to subscribe my channel. I run 2 more channels. One is Asad Yaqub Vlogs, where I share my lifestyle and what I do about IELTS, about other things, so you can watch my videos on Asad Yaqub Vlogs as well. And I also run another channel, Asad Yaqub Languages. There I teach English language and foreign languages, so you can be the part of my other channel as well. Along with this, I also teach IELTS online. If you want to be my IELTS student, if you want me to be your IELTS mentor, you can contact me for that, and I'll teach you IELTS on my own through Skype or through WhatsApp, and obviously I charge for that. Thank you very much for watching this video. Asad Yaqub wishes you all the best. Take care. Allah Hafiz.